Hello, everyone. I am Frank Scatoni.
I'm Ciaran Thornton.
And together we are
Double Trouble. we messed it
oh
up
my
again.
God. He
You
always
told me
misses
something different.
I practices with him like 8 times a week. Anyway, if you see from the screenshot, I believe he's not Ciaran Thornton this week. What name are you going by, sir?
Not worthy. Today, the only bet I'm hitting lately is the late double, which is why I'm skewing all my money because I can't hit anything early in the day.
Did you hit the late double on Sunday?
No, but you did for a massive profit of $7.50, I believe. I gave you credit with the photo because we couldn't find a picture of you holding up $7.50.
Yeah, well, the teller was nice enough to give me just $10. He felt bad for me when my 20-1 shot got DQ'd. The difference between probably a $700 double and $147.50 double. We was robbed, as they say, but I don't want to look backwards.
You went all in the first leg to get the favorite into the next leg. I'm just saying, because I already know what your bet today is. You're doing all in all.
I didn't have the favorite. The winner of the last race on Sunday was 4-1. What are you talking about?
But you got into that race doing all in the previous leg.
I bet strategically. That's right. I had my key bets, and then I came back and I played and I give you credit because I even called it the Ciaran Saver bet, the coward bet. I'm going to cover all the logicals to the logicals. So that cost me $30, $5 a pop, and I got the best possible combination. So I thought I got a 20-1 shot to start, and I had 4 horses covered in the last leg, all good prices. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. We're not going to talk about last week. We're going to talk about this week. We are here, pop-up show on Thursday. I believe, Ciaran, according to your Twitter, the days blur together for me. What happened last week on this show? Did we give out like the first? Did I give out the first half, and did you give out the second half of a $5,000 double?
And you actually met someone who bet it, which is great. That's what we want to hear. Where's the comment? Talk smack.
I was at the newcomer seminar today, and he came up to me, had the biggest smile on his face. He said, "Thank you so much." He goes, "I really loved the 14 in the last race, but I never would have used that 55-1 shot in the race before if I didn't hear you and Ciaran talking about it on your show. I used it, $5 double, paid $5,400. As soon as I got home, my wife was so ecstatic. She said, "Let's break open the champagne." They had their own little party, and that's what we're all about. We're for the people, man. We give winners to the people. We want to see people make money. We want to see smiles on the face. We want to see people celebrate.
This is literally the best bet right now in horse racing. We have a huge advantage over the robots, and you're like, what are you guys talking about the robots? When you see your horse open the gates at 20-1 or 10-1 and they win the race at 5-1, that's what we're talking about. But we can see that action ahead of time on the double, so we know what they're playing. And I think today we actually might have an advantage. I think they're going to hammer the favorite here, and if we have reasons to beat the favorite here, it actually might pay pretty good. What do you think, Frank?
Well, yeah. To your point about the robots, thankfully Del Mar cut the robots out of the win pool with 2 minutes to post, so we have a better sense of what our final odds are going to be. But they're still in the exotic pools, especially the exactas, trifectas, the late pick 5, and whatnot. And to Ciaran's point about the late double, we can actually see where the money is showing up. So let's take a quick look. Right now, the co-favorites are number 1, Lady Gregory, and number 5, Young Love. No surprise there, Ciaran, right? I figured those were the two that were going to take most of the money.
My notes today were, I thought Young Love would have been the favorite. Like, I was shocked. I get why Lady Gregory is the favorite.
She's always the favorite.
But paycheck horse. And paycheck horses, if you don't know what that is, they pay the bills, but they don't always win. They come second and third a lot, and they will win occasionally. And those are the kind of horses, if you're looking for a spot to beat, those are the guys who are going to beat you.
Well, let me tell you right now, in the will pays, so the 7 won the previous race. Right now, the will pay to the 1 is 27.20, and the will pay to the 5 is 44.40. So the 7 is a significant favorite in the will pay. We'll see if that money gets hammered and comes in late in the win pool. Real quick, Ciaran, are these horses you're going to use to start your double, or is this a situation where you feel like there's really good value trying to beat them?
I'm trying to beat them, as I always am. Sometimes as a couple of Fridays, I used the chalk over chalk. Didn't end up being the chalk, but for $5, I paid $400. So,
yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to say that's why we'll look at the probables. But go ahead.
My double today. I know there's been a scratch in the last race, but my doubles today were $5 double, 2 with 4, 5, 10 in the next race. Then I'm doing a $10 double, 5 with the 4, 5, 10 in the next race. My notes were I thought Young Love, the Miller JJ horse, would be favorite. And then I had a saver bet 1-3 with 4, 5, but I see 3 got scratched, so I'm going to be
he was going to win the race.
So I'm going 1 with 4, 5 in the next. So I'm
spending. All right, I'm just throwing your numbers up real quick just to make sure I have them. You can talk about the denominations because I remember last time Terry wanted us to put at least the numbers of the horses up so people can write them down. Is this correct? You're looking at the 2 with the 4, 5, 10?
Yep. 5 with the 4, 5, 10. And then it was 1-3 with the 4, 5. But now that you put 4 up, don't change it because every time you made a mistake, that horse ends up winning.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I like the 4 here, so maybe it was subconscious. I was going to take on both the 1 and the 5. The reason I was going to take on the 1 is because she is stuck down at the rail. She gets overbet every time, and she never wins. To Ciaran's point, paycheck horse. Look, I would love to own a horse like this, but I'm not interested in betting her.
For all your own horse, like you love a horse like that.
Absolutely love a horse like this. She's so cool. She's so consistent as a 6-year-old mare, but not really the kind of horse I want to bet on. Look, I do think number 5, Young Love, is going to be tough, very, very sharp. But I'm expecting the 6 horse to duel with the 5. I think they're going to cancel each other out. I am looking for the 2 horses who are going to be stalking from the outside. That is number 4, Blue Wildcat, and number 7, Dancing with Maxine. So let me just pop my numbers up, Ciaran, and then we'll look at the probables. So I was going to look at the probables with the 1, but seeing how favored she's going to be, I'm just going to look at the starred 4 and 7. And then in race 8, I'm kind of spready, but I want most of my action to go through the 1 and the 7. So, Ciaran, let's look at the nightcap. We are so different.
Oh, yeah.
You have the 4, 5, and 10. I have the 1, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, why don't you talk quickly about the horses you like in the nightcap, and then we'll look at the probables as we have 13 minutes to post.
Well, number 4, Hay Demps, Kent DeSormo, and Hess. And we talked about it before. I think he's won a couple of doubles for me here at Del Mar already. And these guys...
2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them.
Owned Del Mar, especially in the last race. I can't tell you how many big pick 4s I've hit off of these guys. Blinkers off, and Hess first off the claim, dropping in here for the claim, 25%. So I'm always going to go with Ken. And he's riding lights out. And then number 5, Princess Daddy. Supplemented in for the extra weight break. 113 versus 125 for all these other horses at a mile. Lots of sharp works, which I don't mind because they're placing this horse great, putting the bug boy on. Like, they're in it to win it. And I'm hoping we're getting that giant price.
And then number 10, Mr. Brightside. I actually wanted to ask you about that horse because I had you in the back of my head. I have the horse listed, but not as a top contender, as a secondary contender. Phil D'Amato emptying the barn. Is this one in it to win it, or is this one a giveaway? Because you're so good with this.
But I'm looking at it. He put Rispoli on, and they're doing really well when he puts them on. When he puts them on, these horses in the droppers, his owner's probably going, dude, we want to get paid and get claimed. So yeah, I think number 10 is probably should be the favorite in here. And
yeah, well,
we'll probably run it off the board, which is why I use it in my doubles. Usually, I'm usually off Phil when he drops into here, but this might be one of the things where the owners go, we want to get paid.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. That's why I was asking you, because I remember a couple of weeks ago, I liked the Phil dropper, and you're like, not this one. You're like, this is a total giveaway, and the horse was terrible, and it was favored. So I'm glad you like that horse. So I might upgrade her a little bit. So yeah, you're right. If you look at the 1-10 combo, that is currently the favorite in the late double, $43. I'm not sure how you feel about that. Your 5-10 combo is $46.50. Again, that's pretty light for me. I will not be playing those combinations, but I guess it all depends on how strong you feel. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. You have the 2 in this leg. Your 2, that's better. Your 2-10 is $5.90. So that is definitely playable. Your 5-10 is $47. So, I mean, I suppose you could still play both. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend and how much you want to bet on the favorite combo.
I thought it was one of these things, you're the reigning champ, which are $7.50 bets. So I was like, it's okay if I do a favorite on favorite. I'll probably make more than $7.50 on my bet today.
Okay, so your 5-10 combo is paying $43.50. How many times are you going to play it?
Let's see here. We got 5-10, $10.
So you're going to have it twice. You're going to make $80. It's going to come back $80.
And my total bet is 75. So I'll make $5.
Yeah. See, to me, that's the whole point of this conversation. Like, every player is different. Now, if you had told me I'm going to play a $100 double, I'd say fine, go for it. You can get $2,000 out of the race. That's great. I would not play that double for.
If you put a gun to my head and you said, Ciaran, you need to pick a single in this first leg, it would be JJ on Young Love. If I had to pick a single, that would be the one I would hammer.
So, I mean, if I were you, I would be playing the 5-10 double for $50 and then playing the other ones for less, because let's see, your 5-4 is coming back 116, so you can get away playing that for $20. And your, who's the other one you like? Your 5-5 is coming back 717. So to me, you only have to play those combos for $5. You know what I mean? Like, I would weight them so you can make some good money. But as you can see, folks, we are completely different. I like the 1-7, and I'm going to upgrade your 10 in the last. I am not going to use the 1 in this leg. I'm gonna be contrarian. Get out of here with the 2 stalking outside horses, the 4 and the 7. So let's see. My 4-1 is 430. My 7-1 is 355. Those are all good. I could probably play those. I play those for $30 and whack those pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is one where if you have a lot of reasons to ditch the 1 in here, you could probably make some money. Because they're going to hammer it. And if he wins, even if we bet into other horses, if the 1 wins, the pays are going to be low on this one.
So I'm going to work out my denominations, but just for the record, everybody, my double is going to be 4-7 with 1-7-10 for, maybe $20 a pop, and then maybe come back with a $5 double, 4-7 to the 8 and the 9 as savers. Because I do want to use the 8 and the 9 just for a little bit. I'm not going to use the 1, so I won't take credit, even though I have it up here on the screen. My key horses are the 4 and this. In fact, I'm just going to delete that so I don't confuse anybody.
And I will say the number 10, the last time we talked, Phil's my trainer. Love him. I follow him like you wouldn't believe. I'm trying to beat his 10 in the last race, but that is a horse that's placed with the right jockey to win. So if you're thinking you really like the 10, I can't argue off it.
So who is your top pick in the next race?
4 and 5, because I'm trying to beat the Phil, just because I want to try and get a big price so I can get out of here today. Because
this is what drives me crazy about you. You say you're trying to beat the Phil, but you're using them.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Well, look at my horse in race 5 that we did the video when I brought you and gave you your own suite at San Diego FC. My horse was last, I think.
So you're saying you can still use the 10 as long as you have a price horse in this leg. And
yes.
that's where your
Otherwise,
other horse comes in, your 2 horse. Correct?
Probably not going to pay a whole lot, but yes, as a backup ticket, yes.
So you have that 2 horse to the 10, and that is paying $589. That's good value, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then okay. So here are my numbers. I haven't weighted them yet, but obviously I'm going to tell you my top picks in the next race are the one in order: 1, 7, 10, 8, 9. Let's see what our comments from the Peanut Gallery. Good evening, first-time watcher. Let's cash this late daily double. What about this 6 in the first leg?
Frank,
I like it.
So you have the 1 in race 8. Is that the horse?
I do have the 1 in race 8.
Here's my notes, and I know the trainer.
Yes.
And I would love nothing than to talk smack to him, but ships in for Churchill. Smart placement. Trainer's 0 for 25 on turf to dirt.
Okay.
So maybe I talked it into existence for you.
That's fine. That's a different circuit. Let's answer Dan's question. Dan, I think Elton Sings Another has a lot of early speed, but so does Young Love. The way I cap this race is I saw the both of them canceling each other out. That's why I tried to pick someone from off the pace. It seems to me that Ciaran thinks the 5 is going to, run faster than the 6 and win the race. Do you give the 6 any chance, Ciaran?
Well, there's always a chance.
Elton Sings Another? Well, there's always a chance. So you're saying there's a chance.
This is one of these things where JJ is going to know what's happening. He studied the form. This is when you have a great jockey who knows what's going on. And if it goes too fast, stalks a little. Versus, you know what I mean? Versus if no one's coming up, steal it from the front.
See here, so here's Dan's reasoning. He knows they're both speed, which was why I was against. But he's thinking, well, if one doesn't fire, one of them's going to make an easy lead, and speed. Pick the 2 speed horses and hope one of them holds on. So it looks like he's 5-6 in leg 1. I like it, Dan. If you have some horses in leg 2, please share with us. Mr. Sievers making fun of Dan, which is very funny. Peanut Gallery. What's your play, man? What do you got? Come on. Let's go. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's hear who you like, Nick. Thanks for watching, guys.
One of those things where everyone thinks there's going to be fast pace, and there isn't. It's the smart jockey who makes the fast pace. So
in my opinion, the 1 is the most likely winner of the race because she can just sit off the fast pace, save ground, and she's run the best figures. But that stalk and pounce from the outside move has worked very well here at Del Mar. So that's how I'm playing it. 4-7 going into the next race.
I want Kyle to win. I want him to get on that winning note for Saturday when Gold Phoenix races or race. 7
I know
on Saturday.
You like when your jock gets hot. Like they're actually
winning everything under the
on.
sun. We want that. We want that. Yes, I can't lose mentality.
I will be rooting for you on Saturday, but I am 1,000% against your horse.
What? Oh, you're probably going with First Boss or no.
Beyond Brilliant's going to win that race by a mile. But every time me and Tom are off Gold Phoenix, he wins.
I think we should be 3-5 or 4-5, and we'll probably go off at 2-1, which is actually value. And everyone's going to go. It's a prep race. Yes, it's a prep race, but so was the Eddie Reed. We should have won it, except from the scratch on the foot. So
well, that also concerns me. But anyway, Dan, yes, friends do not let friends sleep through double trouble. Thank you, Dan, for waking up. Sievers, come on, Sievers. Throw some water on your face. Have some caffeine. Let's hear who you like. Here's Dan's total play. 4-7-10 is his starter ticket. All right, so he has the same 2 horses as me, except he doesn't have the 1. He has the 4 in the next leg, who Ciaran has. So he's got a combination of ours. Let's see what we got here. Mike Saletta, Huck 17. 6-1-5, another one for Elton Sings Another. Shocking to me. And then 10-7 in the last. So, again, another combo of your pick and my pick. Mr. Guitar, 7 with 1-9-10. 5 with 1-3-9. Okay. Wow, this is a really good double, Ciaran, because as you can see, we're a little scattered here.
Which is great, and that means we actually might get some good pays if anyone can connect, it should pay.
See, here you go. Nick just wakes up from a nap, and he's just like nap, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna freaking cold deck 5-10, gonna whack it, chalk, cash my money, and then go back to sleep. I love it, Nick.
And actually, that is one I actually like that bet. That's the one I actually debated doing. I debated doing $50 5-10.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you should. It's only paying. Let's see what it's paying. It's paying $53. You should. I mean, if you like it, that's what you do. You whack it. That's how I like to play. Unfortunately, I haven't really found. I mean, early in the meet, I found sequences where I could do that. I just happen to be wrong. Here, I'm a little more spready because these races are a little more unreliable as far as I'm concerned.
I got to give Del Mar credit. They are putting the best races for the late double. And the handle's up huge. As we saw with our numbers, the late double handle is up nicely. And the pays are triple what they were. Even if we exclude your big win last week, the $5,400, the late double average bet is paying $300 this year for $5. Last year was $100 for $2. The pools are up. It's a great bet.
Yeah, well, what else can you spend $5 and get $5,400? That's crazy. Can't do that in a pick 4 with the 50-cent denomination. Our man Arthur Ramirez is back. Hey guys, I'm going 2-4 with 410. Good luck. Okay, they're loading in the gate. Let's get one more in here. Dan, he really likes the 4 in race 8. That is not one that I have, but that is Ciaran. That's Hey Demps. So we'll see who the king of the nightcap is. Let's watch this race, everyone, and they're off.
JJ just sitting right there. I'm drinking water here, Frank.
You better get to the beer. You need some strength to figure out this last race. Come on. Come on. Nah.
Is that JJ in front?
Chalk.
Yeah.
7 round a good race.
Last Friday, 5-2 over 5-2, paid $415. That's the great thing about this bet.
That's a bummer. This race set up exactly how I saw it. 5 and the 6 were going to kill each other off, and that was going to set it up for the 7. It did. It's just that the Peter Miller horse was too good. Man, if he makes the lead at the top of the stretch, he has been very, very hard to beat this meet.
Especially with JJ on. I mean, their stats are off the page. When
Nick Severs is my new favorite horse player. Easy game. Going back to bed. Wake me up in 20 minutes, Dan. He's the one who walked the cold 5-10 double. I hope he has it. I hope he has it for $100, man. That's the best nap time ever.
Let's see. He knows Tom, doesn't he?
Nick, I'm not sure. The name sounds so familiar.
That's Tom's catchphrase. He's going to have to pay 10 cents to Tom for saying it online.
Oh, man. Arthur, bummer we tried. We did try. You know, I have no regrets there. I mean, get beat by a 3-2 shot in the first leg does not bother me. I thought my 7 ran really well. Ran as I expected.
Second.
Just wasn't good enough. But you know, Ciaran's up to bat for his little $5 double.
It's actually a $10 double.
All right, so let's see what your payout. Let's see who are you alive to in the next?
4, 5, 10.
Okay, so probables double. 5 with 4, 114. 5 with 5, 742. 5 with 10, $54.
Times 2. It's still more than your $7.50 from last week.
No, it's not. You figured it out. You said it comes out to $5.
I only spent $80. I'm still going to be up like $20.
Nope, I'm in NorCal, home of no horse racing. Sorry to hear that, Nick. Real bummed about that. Nice to see some of those good horsemen down, though, here competing at Del Mar. And they did great at Santa Anita, so hopefully they'll be back again on December 26th. What is Nick alive to? $20 double to the 10, $10 double to the 4-7. Nice. Very well played. Let's see. So, post what your plays were.
That's a great pay for $20.
Yeah, Dan, I'm just going to say what my plays are because they're dead, but I'm going to put Ciaran's up because he's still alive. I ended up playing what did I do? I did $30 doubles 4-7 with 1-7, and then $15 doubles 4-7 with 10, and then $5 doubles 4-7 with 8-9. Those are all dead because the 7 finished second. I was not a coward. I was not chicken. I did not use the 5. The chalk. But here, let me put up Ciaran's.
The chalk was 4-1, and I said should be the favorite. And what happened? Was the favorite.
Did you see what I tweeted before we went live on air? Getting ready for double trouble. Looks like number 5, Young Love, is going to be way shorter than her morning line, considering the 5-5 double action that's coming in. Anyone with eyeballs could tell you that horse was going to get hammered.
But I gave you that information 2 days ago.
Yeah, the same day you gave me your 10-1 who couldn't lose, right? That one?
Yeah, well, he lost, but I only spent $18 on that bet. And when one of these horses wins the last, I'm out of the day with a profit.
See, yeah.
I mean, I've switched a lot of my money. My name is California Pick 4. I play the pick 4s and the early pick 5.
Yeah.
I pushed probably 90% of my money to the late double and the pick 3. It's by far the best pays. We get to see what we're actually going to get paid. We used to make a lot of money on those earlier bets, but now we can see what we can make ahead of time. And you can adjust your bets as we're doing on this show, which is the beauty of it. Like a lot of people put their bets in early. We can see where we can make money, and maybe we kind of like another horse in the first leg and really liked another in the next. We can bet that to get out. Really, the pays have been great.
Yeah, if I wasn't so stubborn, I probably should be alive in doubles to the 8 and the 9 because those are going to pay great, because they're big prices. But I was being stubborn, trying to beat the favorite. Real quick, Ciaran, though, Dan wants to see what you're alive to. So can you give me the denominations and the numbers so I can put it on the graphics? I know you have a $10 double 5 with
4, 5, 10.
5, 10, and that's $30 total. Okay, what else? Are you alive to anything else?
That's it. And like we spoke before the race,
and he did play other combos, but those combos are dead. But here's what he's alive to, Dan. Let me put it up so you can see. Is this what you were asking for, Dan? Let us know.
Yep, that's it.
And Ciaran, back to what you were saying. Like, look, if you're price sensitive, if you're getting serious about the game, and you want to do bankroll management, and you want to play
this is
where you have an advantage. Yeah, here's where you should be. You should be playing the early pick 5 because that also has a low takeout. You should be playing selected win bets with the CRWs locked 2 minutes out of post. 2 minutes before post, you'll be able to have a very good idea. I mean, your horse might go from 6-1 to 5-1, but it's not going to go 6-1 to 5-2. So you'll have an idea there, and you should be playing the $3 late pick 3 with a 15% low takeout and a $5 late double, which is what the show is all about. Again, a player-friendly 15% takeout. Now, I'm not telling you not to play in those other pools. Absolutely. If you like playing the pick 4, or if you're a try or super guy, go for it. But all I'm saying is that when
you're not paying the house, you're not paying the house extra money. So the pays are a little bigger. And most of the time, the robots are cut off, or they don't play it because it's $5. So it gets exponentially bigger. Now, sometimes they will play if they're locked in on a favorite. And sometimes you'll see the pools like 2 Fridays ago when we got that huge payout on a 5-2 and 5-2. They thought they had 2 logical favorites. and the logical favorites did not win.
Right, but that combo was crushed.
And that's you watching the will pays and last minute adjusting your bets like they do. And that's the beauty of it.
All right, let's go to Chris Babcock.
Oh, there we go. Simple. That's the one I was thinking.
I know, but you didn't do it. $50 double, 5-10. Good luck, Chris. That's the way to play it. You got to have some stones. I mean, you can't like pussyfoot around like Ciaran and like, oh, I'm going to throw $5 here and $5. And I don't want to get beat by the favorite, and I don't want to lose, and I don't want Kent to beat me, and I don't want to throw some stones. That's how it's done, Chris. I appreciate you.
Frank had one winner so far. I loved your tweet today. We had 3 in a row, but the 3 was you popping your cherry, I think, right?
I did, yes. But you know what? Who gave out the highest mutual winner so far in this show?
But did you connect?
55. I did. I told people while you were stooping.
If they combined your pick and my pick, they won, which is the whole point.
You were picking half-eaten sandwiches out of the trash can because you were getting cleaned up. I was on here by myself telling people to bet that horse to win. I said, don't even mess with the double. Bet the horse to win. Anyway, Mr. Guitar is alive. $10 to the 139. Ooh, I like that. Let's see what those are paying. Let me go to the will pays. In the double, 5 with 1, 193.50. 5 with 5. Who's the other one there, Ciaran? 3. 5 with 3, 246, and 5 with 9, 336. And he's got those 2 times. I love it. Good luck to you, my friend. I believe we're owed money from last week because that DQ of the 20-1 shot. I know Mr. Guitar was on there. How about Nick? Overall, profitable at Del Mar this year because of the pick 3. To your point, Ciaran.
Yes. I've actually the same thing. Late double and pick 3 are making my Del Mar this year.
And Dan H. played a $5 daily double, 5-6 with 4-7-10. All right, happy to see a lot of you guys alive. Unfortunately, I'm not alive. But unlike Ciaran, I am not the kind of person who roots against other people. So I will be rooting for everyone's horse in here, even the 10. So, I know Ciaran's ego gets bruised when he doesn't, hit a late double. That's why he pays a million different combos. So, with that $5, he's going to win. Maybe he can get, is there anything you can buy at the racetrack for $5?
Well, you used to be able to, oh, no, you can't. Not even the program anymore. It's like $10. That is pretty.
You'll have to take that $5 and just.
Actually, hey, Frank, no one has found our box yet, which blows my mind. I'm going to tweet it out tomorrow. Actually, after this show, I'm going to tweet out the picture because Del Mar already knows who's on top. That'll give him a.
Do you want to tell them what the prize is if they find our box and take a picture?
If it's not a big race day, you can use our 7-seat box whenever you would like when you come to Del Mar.
All you have to do is find it and take a picture of the placard that has our names on it.
With a betting ticket for today, so we know you actually found it, versus copying what I'm probably going to post tomorrow, talking smack to Frank.
I love it. How about Terry? She knows that everybody at the racetrack needs a nickname. Nick Nappers. I love it. He wakes up, puts his bed in, goes back to sleep. My kind of guy. God, I would love to take a nap as soon as these races are over, but I am going to be doing a podcast with my buddy Mike P over at In the Money Media. Right after this, we're going to talk about the late pick 5 on Saturday, which looks pretty interesting. As usual, great show. Thank you, Mr. Guitar. Feel free to let Del Mar know on their social media. Double Trouble's kicking it. We're rocking it.
Yep.
We love the participation. Steve Ballenberg, what happened to your Sunday morning 11 a.m. show on Facebook? That was the best. Steve, I apologize, but Best Bets is on hiatus because Ciaran and I, we really needed to focus all of our attention on this Double Trouble show because, as you can see, we're trying to create a new sort of community format, live stream format where we are actually live during the races and we are playing these races together. We are putting these bets in. We are talking about them. So that's why we're doing this. But hey, listen, if you did like the format of Best Bets, every Friday, Ciaran and I is our flagship show for Double Trouble. So what we do tomorrow at 1 p.m. before the late first post, we're going to do basically a best bets where Ciaran and I are going to talk about the card in general, maybe pick and choose some spots, maybe go over some handicapping strategies, all with the focus for the late double. And we'll say who we like, but then we're going to hop on live again before race 7. I have to look at
our opinions or double down and go, I'm on fire.
Yeah.
My horses are rocking, or I couldn't pick a winner. Let me change.
If you like best bets, watch our show tomorrow at 1:00. And as you'll see, and Ciaran makes this great point every time. The horse you like in the morning isn't necessarily the horse you like in the afternoon. We talk about track biases. We talk about hot jocks, hot trainers. We talk about horses that are being overbet and just aren't in value. Like Ciaran mentioned the other day, there was a favorite combo that was just so way overbet. There was so much value in other logical combos, and that led to a great payoff. So,
2 weeks ago, we had a 5-2, 5-2 morning line, pay 16-1 on a late double, which is crazy, as we know. Like, that's hard value to find usually at the track. That's what the double is great. Like, because they hammered the 2-1 and the 2-1, and they both lost.
What happened? Yeah, what happened was, I remember it very vividly, Ciaran, because you loved Almond Joy, and Almond Joy was like the tepid morning line favorite at like 5-2 or 2-1, and then there was that shipper from the East Coast who I got suckered by, who was 2-1. But the computer guys, huh?
It was shipper. I think there was a shipper in the last race too, so they hammered both.
Yeah, but they loved that shipper in the first leg, and they hammered that horse. That horse ended up going up at like 7-5 and was a big favorite in the double. Meanwhile, Ciaran's Almond Joy, who was the only horse he liked in the race, absolutely crushed. And all of a sudden, there was great value in the late double. I forget who won the nightcap that day, but again, it was a very logical horse at 5-2.
That was Kent DeSormo, if I remember, who's probably going to win this race.
No, DeSormo was on Almond Joy.
Yep.
Because remember, Aggie Ordonez and DeSormo won for you on Almond Joy, and then they won for you again last week. Same combo.
And hopefully they're going to win today on number 4. DeSormo Hess. It's due.
Yeah, talk about an old school combo right there. Oh. Steve Allenberg again. Thanks for the content. Love that Sunday show. I'll watch tomorrow. Thanks. Yeah, I miss doing the Sunday show, but you know what? Ciaran and I are just having so much fun, and the best thing about this show is what you're seeing right now. All of the chats that are going on between the players out there. We want to create a vibe where
something, and we might go, never looked at that horse, and then look at it and go, oh, let's do a saver bet.
Yeah,
well, Frank won't, but me, I'll totally do a saver bet.
I won't. I'm stubborn to a fault. Although, I don't know. I kind of respect a lot of these guys' opinions more than I respect yours. So I might actually listen to them and throw in a saver.
Frank will probably, if you convince him, and he's got 2 horses in the race, he'll do all. So
I don't know. I never use all. I only use the all that one day to make fun of you.
What are you talking about? You've used it twice now.
To make fun of you, and I ended up hitting it. I am very surgical, and I very rarely play chalk unless I think they can't lose. But back to you, Steve. Thanks for watching, and watch tomorrow's early show. I think you'll like it. And thank you for joining us here on the Double Trouble Live. Okay, look at this. Nick Napper. Hey, Nick, while you were napping, my girlfriend Terry gave you a nickname. Your new track nickname is Nick Nappers. Everybody at the track has to have a nickname. So you're Nick Nappers. Thank you for subscribing. Spread the word to all your friends. I want you guys on here. You know, you know what? Don't be shy. If you want to tell Ciaran his picks suck, please go for it.
So looking at the betting right now, the Kent horse is 8-1 to 9-2 now. They're hammering the D'Amato 10 horse, but this is one of these races where, you know, when Frank had that monster 57-1 horse, if you hated the favorite and you did a 50-cent try, I think it paid what, $900.
Yeah,
which is what I had. I had the try, but
no, that wasn't that day. That was
the day
last
week. But
yeah, when you had Kanani and I had I had the horse who ran second, Prince of Del Mar, and they were both big prices, and we neither one of us liked the favorite. The favorite ended up running third, but if you had just used the bombs with the favorite, the trifecta was ridiculous.
One of my biggest pays was not hitting all day long, got to the last race, and I kept coming second, third, and fourth, and did a 10-cent superfecta with the 3 horses I had, and then looked at names. What was the highest price horse? And ended up hitting for $6,000 on a 10-cent bet.
Oh my
This
God.
is the kind of race, you know what I mean? If you've got it's Del Mar. As we know, some of the hardcore handicappers are going, are you guys really saying bet names here? But
no, you are, not me.
I do.
I know you do. I know.
When you're at the newcomer seminar, Frank will still say, well, if you like a name, bet it. He won't say it officially. We're getting him on the record. Do you say
I
that?
I say that as a joke because of editors' note, but you will not see me betting on. I will bet. You know what? I will do this. If I see a name that I know, like Terry would like, or a buddy of mine would like, or like their alma mater or something, I'll throw a couple of bucks on that horse based on the name, just so they could have a fun rooting interest. But I will not be betting my hard-earned money on just the name. The reason I tell that story is because the very first time I went to the track, I bet a horse named Editor's Note in the Belmont Stakes, because at the time I was an editor and I didn't know what I was doing, and that was the first horse racing bet I had ever made in my life. So that's the reason why I tell that story. But Ciaran's a little more, Ciaran's got some good luck. He's got a good lucky streak going. There was that one time in the tournament where you were kind of stuck. You needed another horse for your trifecta. And then you asked your son Connor, hey, come on, help me come up with a horse.
My first NHC seat was won by my son in the Little Red Feather charity 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He went, Jessica's riding great. Use her. Because I didn't read we needed a $50 bet minimum.
Right.
I didn't realize it. So I went, all right, I'm going to do a $2 trifecta box, $48. I had 3 horses. Who do you like, son? Jessica's riding great because I've been taking them the last few days. She was 21 or 25 to 1, won by 10 lengths. That $48 bet paid $3,500 and won my NHC seat. First time I won.
See, I don't have that kind of luck, man.
Stories, you know what I mean? Like, you never know.
For you, I don't have that kind of luck. I'm telling you right now, if I could do that and never ever cash a ticket, I'm going to put yours back up. Let's run through the win. Let's see if anyone's funny on the win end. My one is kind of dead on the board, 13. Blue Oasis up to 9 from 5. The 3 horse, 12 and 10. Your horse, Hey Demps, who other people like. Smart, Hesta Sormo Angle, 8 to 1. Almost bet in half, down to 9 to 2. I'm not surprised at that. That horse is very logical on paper. And I think the horse deserves to be 9 to 2. Would you agree, Ciaran?
What's that?
Would you agree that the horse deserves to be 9 to 2?
Oh, I thought the horse should have been 3 to 1, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Nice, perfect price.
I think
legit second favorite.
Okay, I think 9 to 2 is fair on that horse. Princess Daddy still a long shot at 26. Thirst for Passion long shot at 22. Lady of Power holding at 7 to 2. Lady Lightsome, who is one of my wise guy picks, a little cold, 12 to 1. Number 9, Step It Out from 6 to 19, dead on the board. Ms. Brightside, to no one's surprise, hammered as the 9 to 5 favorite from a 4 to 1 morning line. Oof. That scares me only because. That's why I asked you earlier on when we started. Is this just a D'Amato giveaway?
And from asking me, usually 9 times out of 10, I'd say toss.
Yes.
But this is one I was like, he put Rispoli on.
Yeah.
So
that tells me that this horse is a legitimate favorite because I know
this horse in here. And you're like, well, why would they put him in there? And sometimes these trainers have so many horses and only so much space. And sometimes the owners want to get paid and they place. This is a great spot to put that horse, I thought.
Real quick, as they're at the gate, although it says 7 minutes to post, so they're just on the track. Oh, they must be waiting for the sun angle or something because this is a long time.
That's why we were so long on the Friday show, the sun.
Yeah. Remember when we got kicked out of the racetrack?
We're doing it
remote tomorrow.
No more live on track.
We got the bums rush. The race wasn't even official. They couldn't wait to shut the doors fast enough. Anyway, Wayne Miller. I lived on Juniper Valley Road. Was at the track. Horse named Juniper Valley was running. Didn't bet it. It won. Paid $6 or $7. Couldn't have cared less. My friends thought I was crazy. I'm with you, Wayne. I couldn't have cared less either. I just think it's a funny story. Ciaran probably would have bet $1,000 on that horse and would have walked away with, $4 grand. And
trifecta box is what I would have done.
But to Ciaran's credit, he would have bought everybody dinner. He's very generous like that. Nick Severs, that's why the double is so good. 9-5, and I'm alive. 10-1 with a horse who's going off at 9-2. I believe you're alive to the 10, Nick, right? You're the one who you whacked the 5-10.
The pays are great. Even if you find a chalky or second favorite on this $5 double, the pays are exponentially better than normal doubles.
The low takeout.
People are starting to see. That's why we love this bet. Like, even though it costs a little bit more, you'll pay. It gets paid more.
But you know what? You could allocate some of your bankroll that you usually spend earlier in the day and move it to the late double, because this is where the value is. So even if you cut $50 out of your early day bankroll, that's $50 to spend in here. I mean, I don't know how you could turn $5 into $5,400 any other way, because when you have the 50-cent denominations in the late pick 4, everybody's got every combination covered. So the combination of the low takeout, Ciaran, and the $5 denomination makes this absolutely the best bet on the race at the racetrack, because the CAWs they don't want to be in this pool because they're not getting their big rebate. 50% does them nothing.
Yes,
those like bets that are 20-23%, so they can get their big fat rebate.
I've cut my pick 4 and pick 5 bets probably 90% and pushed it to the late double and pick 3.
But you could play the early pick 5. There's still really good value in there.
Oh, no, I'm still playing it, but I've reduced it. Now, like today, you're going to give me crap because I picked a 10-1 horse. He ran last. But if he had won, I would have been in good shape. But I lost the first 3 legs anyway, so it didn't matter. No. But still. But I focused.
If I had won the first 4 races, I would have been in great shape.
But I focused the money on the late double versus early. I still would have been out, but down the money I'm spending on the double, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. But look at this also, and I don't want to, like I said, I'm not knocking the other bets, because if you look at the late
we talk smack all the time. Knock away.
But if you look at the late pick 4 and the late pick 5, the field sizes are typically a lot bigger, and the quality of racing is a lot better. So if you are just that much better of a handicapper and ticket structurer than other people, you can have an advantage in those pools. But it is very difficult when you're going up against the CAWs who are in both of those pools. But, the message is you play what you like. You play to your comfort level. But I just hope that we're opening eyes to people out there about how great of a bet this is. And let's not forget, let's give Santa Anita credit, Ciaran, right?
Oh, no, they came up with this bet. Like, they brought it in, and we love it. And
they started the $3 late pick 3 and the $5 late double at low 15% takeout. And part of the reason they came up with it is because, if you remember, we used to have the golden hour, right? We used to have a $5 late double.
You used to do a write-up for it between
and a dollar late pick 4, which was great. That golden hour was great. So I want to give Santa Anita a lot of credit, for first of all supporting the Golden Gate races through the golden hour. And then once that was taken away because Golden Gate closed down, they came up with these 2 great player-friendly wagers to sort of fill the void and give players something. My man Nick, I know he's up there. He's up north. R.I.P. Golden Hour.
And then Del Mar took it and they brought it to life down here. So now we've got 2 tracks doing it. Hopefully the other tracks will start waking up. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Look at the pools. People love this bet. Let's attract more gamblers. So the rest of the tracks back east. Come on, guys.
Yeah, right. Or if we get enough people to subscribe, then we might be able to do this for Santa Anita too, if we have a big enough community. And if you guys want to hear us talk for an hour before the races,
this is only supposed to be a 10-minute show. How are we still on?
Well, this, I like staying on live for this just because, it gives us something to root for. But so let's see. Mr. Guitar, 139. I know Ciaran, Nick, and let me see. Someone else came in and just whacked it. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, Dan H is also alive to the 10. Oh, Chris Babcock, $50 double, 510. So
well, look, they're hammering my DeSormo Hess horse 7-2 now.
Yeah, no surprise, really. I mean, I have a mark next to that horse, blinkers off, claimed for 25, runs right back at 25.
First off, the claim. Yeah, claim him. Pay us. Yeah. Let's get the win and get paid.
This is a Hess special. He made, he's made a living in his career doing stuff like this.
And if you look at some of these races, these claimer races, where you're like, why are they giving the horse up? And you got to look at what they're getting paid. Like sometimes you get a horse and you make the money and you go on.
Right. Well, this one isn't a ship and win, but Ciaran, for those out there who don't know, a great handicapping angle is the ship and win, and I know you use it to your advantage. You want to just real quick while they're heading to the gate, explain what that is so people going forward can look for it?
So if you've not raced in California in the last year, I believe that criteria may be a little different, and you ship a horse in, especially for a claimer. If the horse gets claimed, you get your money, you get the win. But then for the rest of the meet, if that horse wins, I think it's 10% of the purse you get. So the smart trainers and owners claim horses back east, bring them in here. You'll think, why are they giving this horse away? They bought it for 30. They're putting it in a 20K claimer, but they're going to make 50K and then get 10% over and over again. So that's why handicapping angle is pay attention to horses coming in from back east. Even if they're jumping in class or dropping, the trainers and owners have an angle. They're hoping to get paid for the rest of the meet. They're hoping that horse is going to keep winning.
Right. So you get the bonus money for winning, you get the claim price, and then you get a 10% or whatever it is. They're on outs. All right, they're all on the gate. Let's watch this. Good luck, everyone. I'll keep my mouth shut. I don't want to spoil if anyone's lagging behind us. They're off.
$22.9. Yikes. I can tell Rispoli has the best horse. Hopefully he doesn't get trapped on the inside like he always does. Rispoli should blow these horses away, but let's see if he runs second. Is that Rispoli coming third? Best horse. You're mute. You're on mute, Frank. We can't hear you, Frank.
I think my mic went off. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
What was that stat about Ken Sweezy and my top pick in the race, the one horse? What was that lame stat you brought up?
0 for 25. Now, what's funny is I'm on a chat with him, and we were talking smack that he couldn't win.
Unbelievable. I should have had this. This is just ridiculous. If my 7 wins that, all right, let's see what Mr. Guitar is going to get. I love it. Looks like it's coming back close to 200, 193.50. He's got it twice. Great.
When you had to go to the restroom, I thought Rispoli was the most loaded horse.
Oh no, I was watching. I have it on TV. I was watching. I went to get some iced tea.
The most loaded horse, and then came late as usual.
It was a Phil giveaway. You called it.
Yeah, but that's one where you go, dude, you should have won that.
See, this is the spirit. Nice hit. Great hit, Mr. Guitar. Boom, Mr. Guitar. Love it. Great minds think alike. We were both on the one in that last race. Unfortunately, I couldn't beat the chalk in the first leg, so I was not alive. But nice little win there on that horse.
The first part and the last part, Frank. We're like double trouble. We get at least part of the legs.
We zig and zag, but you know what? Your part's always the easy part because it's always the chalk. I'm always got the long shot part, 10-1.
Your win from last week was doing all when the chalk won.
No, the chalk did not win. The chalk was Mr. Liberation at 2-5.
And your horse was what, 2-1?
My 20-1 shot won. But was disqualified, so a 3-1 shot won. We
Which
beat
is
the
why
chalk.
you won, a.k.a. chalk.
Nah.
All right. Well, what time's our show tomorrow?
Hold on. We got to wait for it to become official. We don't want to leave Mr. Guitar hanging. It's only right. They had to wait for my $147 double to become official. So
Inquiry.
What?
Frank's on it. It's getting taken down.
No way. This horse won so easily. My God. I'm so glad I didn't hear that stat before I made my win bet.
Didn't I say the fact that I said that meant it was going to happen?
Yeah, I know. I almost said that to you. Every time I mention a stat in my write-up, Victor Espinosa is 0 for both. Without fail, they just laugh in my face. All right, Terry, go, Mr. Guitar. It is official. Let's just wait for the payouts here, and then we'll sign off. So, Ciaran, we're back at it tomorrow, 1 p.m. for the pregame, and then I will post the time that we're going to go live in the afternoon. Hope everyone will join us. I know Mr. Guitar will. He's going to have a flush, $400 in his pocket or something like that. He's going to have a lot of money to fire away in the last 2 races tomorrow.
Best bet there is, late double. Like, even when you get that, great bet.
All right, let's see. So is this the owner that you met, or you just met the trainer?
Oh, I know the trainer, Kent. He's great. Like, these are guys to watch. They know what they're doing. You're going to see them bring in a lot of horses.
He's a young guy, right? Young guy from Kentucky?
Yes, and they're claiming correctly. Some of the horses aren't firing, but when they do, look, you got 10-1. I know I'm going to hear from it later. I told you.
10-1 on a horse. I have this horse as an A. I mean, dropping out of much tougher races back east. First start for Kent. Like, I'm just stupid that I couldn't connect. $5 double, 5-1, 193.50. Congratulations to Mr. Guitar and anyone else out there who connected. Till tomorrow, I'm Frank Scatoni.
I'm Ciaran Thornton.
Remember what they say: if you don't hit the late double,
go home in trouble.
We're both going home in trouble.
We're going home in trouble.
Both of us are going home in trouble. Hopefully, Mr. Guitar will say nice things about us since he hit the double. Congratulations. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.